You can spend absolutely hours in the gym building this incredible physique, but if your face stays puffy, it kind of just throws off the whole vibe of all your hard work, right? Well, today in this explainer, we're breaking down the exact science to help you level up your jawline, look sharper, and honestly, just instantly appear leaner. So we gotta ask, why is your face puffy? Like, is it actually fat? Is it just water weight? Or maybe something else entirely? Well, by the end of our time today, you're gonna have a clear, science-backed roadmap to answer that question, and more importantly, to actually fix it. We're gonna strip away all the old fitness myths and give you the exact routine to reveal that hidden jawline. All right, here's our game plan for today. We'll hit the face fat reality, 4 steps to leaner features, the optical illusion hack, posture and facial structure, 5 mistakes to avoid, and we'll wrap it all up with your 7-day action plan. Okay, part 1, the face fat reality. Let's just go ahead and tear down a super persistent fitness rumor about how fat actually burns. Listen, spot reduction, it is a complete fitness myth. I hate to break it to you, but you literally cannot isolate fat loss to just your cheeks or your jaw. But hey, the silver lining here is that your face is usually the very first place your body pulls fat from when you lean out overall. So as soon as your body starts burning fat as a whole, your cheeks naturally slim down and your entire face just starts looking way tighter. Now, we all know that starving yourself just absolutely tanks your metabolism, right? And it eats away at your hard-earned muscle. The only real scientifically proven mechanism here is a standard calorie deficit. You want to keep that deficit moderate, protect your muscle, and just let your body tap into those fat reserves. That is the smart, sustainable way to slim those cheeks down without destroying your gains. Moving right along to part 2, 4 steps to leaner features. Let's look at the actual, actionable sequence to unlock your ultimate facial structure. Okay, so we just covered step 1, which is overall fat loss. But the real, rapid visual changes, those happen when we stack steps 2, 3, and 4, beating the bloat, broadening the physique, and fixing your biomechanics. So let's actually break down how to beat that bloat right now. If you wake up looking puffy, it's usually water, not fat. And the fix is honestly kind of ironic. You need to drink more water. See, when you hydrate heavily, your body finally feels safe enough to flush out the excess water it's been stubbornly hoarding. Pair that up by cutting sodium and alcohol, which are notorious for causing facial swelling, and just stick to smart carbs like sweet potatoes. That way you keep your glycogen stores full, completely bloat-free. All right, part 3, the optical illusion hack. This is one of my favorites. So, there's this really simple rule of proportions at play here. When your shoulders, chest, and traps get bigger, your head naturally looks smaller. It's like a visual trick. By focusing on building a V-shaped upper body, think shoulder presses, pull-ups, lateral raises, you instantly reframe your face. It literally makes your jawline pop without losing a single pound of fat. You're basically framing your face for success. Up next, part 4, posture and facial structure. Turns out, something you do literally every second of the day is actively shaping your face. It all comes down to how you breathe. Mouth breathing, it doesn't just ruin your sleep. It actively softens your jawline over time by messing with your facial development. Switching to strict nasal breathing, on the other hand, provides the structural tension you need to keep those facial muscles tight and fully supported. It's a total game changer. And to really maximize that structural support, you've got to incorporate mewing. Basically, it's the practice of resting your tongue flat against the roof of your mouth. When you combine that with nasal breathing, it creates this internal framework that strengthens your facial muscles and actively sharpens your jawline over time. Okay, part 5, 5 mistakes to avoid. Before we get to the final action plan, we absolutely have to make sure you aren't accidentally sabotaging your own progress. Trust me, these 5 mistakes will completely stall your results. We already know starving yourself just burns muscle, and surprisingly, being dehydrated actually makes your face puffier. Lack of sleep is a massive one too, which we'll hit on in just a sec. But a huge trap to avoid, obsessing over face exercises. Listen closely. Face exercises do not burn fat. You are so much better off focusing on your diet and hydration. Oh, and finally, doing excess cardio without strength training, that'll just cause you to lose your overall muscle definition. I do want to circle back to sleep for a second, because it is that important. You absolutely need 7 to 8 hours. If you skimp on sleep, your cortisol spikes, and those high stress hormones basically signal your body to retain massive amounts of fat, and water directly in your face. Literally, if you're doing everything else right but only sleeping 5 hours a night, you are actively holding yourself back from that sharp jawline. And finally, part 6, your 7-day action plan. Let's put this all together for some real, rapid visual change. All right, here is your protocol for the next week. Day 1 is the flush. Drink 3 liters of water and cut the salt and booze entirely. Day 2, you kickstart the metabolism with a quick 20-minute HIIT session. Day 3, hit the weights to build that V-taper and lock in 8 solid hours of sleep. On day 4, bring some conscious awareness to your nasal breathing and mewing. Day 5, keep the fuel clean with lean protein and veggies. Day 6, correct your posture and hit a cold shower. And by day 7, just rest, hydrate, and take your progress photos. If you stick to this, you will absolutely notice a difference in water retention and facial tightness. So look, you can't magically spot reduce fat, but you do have the physiological tools to flush the bloat, drop the body fat, and completely reframe your facial structure. So the only question left is, will you start your 7 days tomorrow? Or are you going to stay exactly the same?